Alright guys, we're back for morning shave. We got our breakfast stout coffee mug, and that's what we got in here. It's some black coffee, a little bit of sugar. This is some shit that my wife bought at Costco. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I don't know. I didn't take the time to see what it was. It definitely has like this like burnt sugar kind of like molasses, like dark molasses kind of taste. Not bad at all though. I mean, not bad. Kind of oily. All right. So got the lather all whipped up. I guess I'm doing this in a reverse order here. Got the lather whipped up. We got our Lancaster bowl. Says have a great shave on the side. We got our turn and shave custom. This wasn't my, I think this was like my second or third custom ever made. Got a little bit of lather on my hand. Turn and shave right there. And this thing's just absolutely gorgeous. Let me cover my face with it. You just see the white and black marble along with the black and silver swirl going on there. Beautiful brush, no name, no hype, badger knot on top, and I love it. It's kind of a lower density badger knot and just soft tips, really nice. That brush will never be leaving. It's a fucking workhorse for me. It's one of the oldest brushes in my collection, and it's one of my favorite brushes still. So we're going to be using some Coal River Soapworks, and this is in the Select formula. As you see there, tallow, lanolin, kokum, and shea. That's not the full tail of the tape, but it does tell you a lot. And I'll show you right there. It's the Bergamot and Bay scent, and you get a close-up of the ingredients there, as well as the website and an address. So if you look at the profile, let's see if you can see that. There's not much left. I've had this for a long time, and it's got a lot of use. I'm a scooper, so you can see the scrape marks, but we almost have this polished off. I don't know if he still offers the Bergamot and Bay scent. He really should if he doesn't. In all honesty, I haven't used Coal River Soapworks in a little while, and I haven't really, other than being subscribed to his emails and opening up his emails that he sends through every once in a while with updates. Other than that, I haven't really checked out his storefront, you know. At one point, I did, because I was interested in, when the Glide base was brand new, I was interested, so I went to go check out the scents. One thing that kind of bummed me out was that the Glide base had different scents than the Select base, and I think the Oliva base, which I think is a vegan base, and the Oliva base had different scents than the other two. And that kind of bummed me out, because I was like, well shit, what if I want a tallow soap, you know, with the Bergamot and Bay scent? Or I mean, what if I want a vegan soap with the Bergamot and Bay scent? Or what if I want the Glide cream in the Bergamot and Bay scent, you know? I pretty much stuck with picking up the Select again. Now the Select is pretty awesome. There was a time where Coal River Soapworks was considered top of the heap, and that was around the time that I entered the hobby. I remember, you know, watching IAMCDB and, you know, So Sharp David and Busta, Shaving with Busta, and others. I mean, there was plenty of others. Nick Shaves. But there was a time where Coal River Soapworks was considered top of the heap, you know, elite. And I don't know what happened. I think their lack of social media presence kind of put them by the wayside, if you will, the quality is still very much there. I mean, this is a good looking lather. Obviously, it's not like super high density, but it's not low. It's definitely medium or just above medium density. Oh, I should probably show this off. I'm using the Rockwell 6Shady, and this was the gift from Lord Shady, my buddy Joey. And basically, all I did was take the black Rockwell that he gave me and mix match the base plate with the existing base plate that I still had left from the one that I piffed to a friend. And so we get this two-tone Rockwell 6S here with a second use Wizamet blade. I will give props to Shady for being the first one to use to make the Rockwell with the two-tone. And his is in black and red, which you know I am envious of. Definitely envious of. But the black and silver works just fine for me. I am a Raiders fan, so works just fine for me. All right. Looks like this could have taken a little bit more water. If you can see there, underneath the blade, there's a little bit of soap kind of in the middle. That just shows that it's a tad thick. Could have took more water. And that's that. Honestly, I gave it a fair amount of water to begin with. So, for those of you that kind of believe that if a soap takes a lot of water, it's a good sign, I think there's your sign. All right. I'll just swish it a little bit more vigorously. Plenty of slickness. Got that nice weight to it. And it is very much a elite contender. You know, even though this base hasn't been reformulated, it is very much an elite contender still. Fantastic soap, lathered up easily, you know. I gave it plenty of water. Definitely looks like I could have gave it more water. And it's just not lacking anything. I got that bowl sitting off to the side of me that I lathered up before I started rolling the camera. Doesn't look like it's dissipating, not one bit, which is another good sign. You know, lather stability and longevity isn't something that often gets talked about. Probably because it's not much of an issue these days, but it is worth mentioning. And all that I mean by lather stability and lather longevity, kind of the same thing. All that I mean by that is that it's not over here dissipating throughout the course of the shave. Like, you know, what does it take? Probably 30 minutes altogether through setup to the point where I shut off the camera and I'm done with the shave. And so all that means is that throughout the course of the shave, the lather isn't breaking down and falling apart on me. It's still there. It's, you know, holding its structure, and it's not kind of fizzling out and becoming either airy or watery. Probably airy. So definitely very much still there. I didn't talk too much about the scent. I probably Probably should give you guys a little insight. It's a simplistic scent. Bergamot, sweet, citrus. Bergamot, you know, isn't the brightest of citruses. It's kind of like a sweet citrus. You see it in like a ton of soaps. Maybe I'll just add a little bit of water. Got time. You see it in a ton of soaps. And it is a very widely used scent note. Sweet citrus, and then it has that bay, which is, you know, just a little bit warm. The overall scent on this one, like if you had bright scent over here, dark scent over here, and then kind of like warm in the middle, I'd say it's kind of like in between bright and warm. Bright, just leaning warm. And it's just a nice mix of that warm bay. Not really spicy, not clovey. Just a warm bay. Simplistic, kind of mellow. And then that sweet citrus. And it's a really nice scent. The Rockwell. The Rockwell has been and still is one of my favorite razors in my den. Absolutely love the Rockwell and what they do by bringing an awesome product to market and kind of advertising hard to inject new wet shavers into the community. And one of the good things about them advertising hard is that, you know, when people bite on that advertisement, they're not getting a shitty product, you know, as their first experience with wet shaving. They're getting a very high quality product, and one that honestly it's so good that, you know, they might never switch off of it. It's so good that it might actually be the last razor they buy. But by sucking them into the rabbit hole, if you're gonna be looking for DE blades, you bet your ass the advertisements online are gonna show you, you know, Taylor of Old Bond Street. They're gonna show you Parasso, and once you start looking for shaving soaps, it's basically over. Because you're gonna get sucked down that rabbit hole. You're gonna become, you know, a fucking shaving degenerate. And then you're one of us, you know, you're all in. So I appreciate what Rockwell does. And in the same vein, the supply injector and the leaf as well. Because they're the ones throwing down advertising dollars that, you know, the small artisans can't. And so I just really I have gratitude towards those companies, because although they might seem, you know, too big to be a part of the hobbyist community, and they realistically they are too big to be a part of the hobbyist community. They don't carry themselves in that way. But whether they are intentionally trying to help us, or if they're just trying to line their own pockets with their aggressive marketing, either way, it's helping us. So we take advantage of their success. And like I said, a lot of us hobbyists own those razors. And they are absolutely fantastic products. Like I said, the Rockwell pretty much has been and still is one of my favorite safety razors in my collection. It's just a fucking workhorse, man. It's a great razor. That was on plate number 5. I didn't mention it in the beginning. Plate number 5 is pretty much where I keep it. I like that setting. So soap performed wonderfully. Been seeing a lot of people, you know, digging up Cold River Soapworks lately. Had kind of like a, you know, 5-15 minutes of fame. For the second time, it's kind of rose into popularity again. And I know the Glide base, it's not really new, but it's his newest base. He's had it, it's been out for a while now. I haven't bought it yet, but I'll probably look into it in the future. It's you know, it's getting really good reviews. I've heard the scent strength is somewhat light on the reviews that I've seen, so I am kind of, you know, a little bit worried about that. We got the matching aftershave, moisturizing aftershave, which comes in a pump spray bottle. And I don't like doing the whole I think that's kind of raw as fuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it into my hand. You can see there. And I'll just kind of spread it out and apply it like that, like a traditional aftershave. There we go. And I'll just get it all the way around. I tend to be dehydrated all the time, so I'll just get some up on the forehead too. All right. And that just feels great. It kind of leaves that. It's not super heavyweight by any means, like it soaks in right away, but it just like immediately leaves that supple, not sticky post feel. Yeah, very nice. Okay, guys, that'll do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one, and I appreciate the support. Hope you have a good weekend. Cheers.